So first of all, let's talk about the syntax of this count iter tool. As you can see, this count iter tool takes two arguments. The first one is a start, which by default, its value is 0. And the second one is a step, which by default, its value is 1. So let's take an example to better understand all of these things. So first of all, I want to import that count iter tool. So in order to do so, I can simply type from itertools, which is a package in Python. I want to import that count iter tool. And then I want to use that count iter tool. So as you can see, I'm creating this count iter tool. And because I'm not passing anything to this count iter tool, it is going to consider all of those default values. I mean, it is going to consider the start as 0 and the step as 1. So as you can see, as I've told you, the start is 0 and the step is 1. So it is going to say, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And this so on means that this count iter tool is going to create an infinite sequence of numbers. What do I mean by infinite sequence of numbers? Because as I've told you, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This so on means that there is no end point in it. So that's why I said it creates an infinite sequence of numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Anyway, so we are not passing anything to this count iter tool. So the start is 0 and the step is 1. It is going to consider all of those default values. And now I want to loop through this count iter tool. So that's very easy. We can simply type for I in this count iter tool. And then I want to print that I. But there's a problem here. And that problem is that this count iter tool, as I've told you, creates an infinite sequence of numbers. I mean, there is no end point in this count iter tool. And this is not something that we like. We like this for loop to at least have an endpoint. Otherwise, our program is going to run forever, and we don't want that. So we want to stop our program at a point. So that's why we want to say, okay, if, for example, I was greater than 5, in that case, we want to break. Otherwise, we want to print I. So now if I run the code, as you can see, it says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as you can see, it is going to print those numbers from 0 all the way up to 5. So this was the default. So this was the default behavior. I mean, passing nothing to this count iter tool. So it is going to consider all of those default values. But we can change those default values. So for example, suppose that we want to change the step of this count iter tool. We don't want to change the start argument, but we do want to change the step argument. This is another example. So we can simply type, okay, the step is, for example, 2. So here we are changing the step argument, but we are not changing the start argument. So now if I run the code, as you can see, okay, it starts from 0, but because the step is 2, it says 0, 2, 4, and these kinds of things. So 0, 2, 4, and because 0, 2, 4, and the next one is 6, which as you can see is greater than 5, it is not going to consider that, because as soon as we find something that is greater than 5, then we're going to break. So that's why it is not going to print 6. And the other example is to define the start argument. So for example, suppose that we want to say the start argument should be 2, and the step argument should be, for example, minus 2. And if I was less than minus 2, in that case, we're going to break. We're going to stop. So as you can see, we can have negative steps as well. So now if I run the code, okay, it starts from 2, and then we have 0, and then we have minus 2. And so when we reach a point where I is less than minus 2, then we are going to break, because, okay, we are starting from 2 with a step of minus 2. So 2, 0, minus 2, minus 4, but that minus 4 is less than minus 2. So that's why we're breaking, and we're not going to print that thing. And in this case, we don't need to type these things literally, these arguments literally. So we can simply pass 2 and minus 2. It means the start should be 2 and the step should be minus 2. If I run a code, you can see we get the same result. And by the way, you can have even decimal points, decimal numbers float numbers in these for these arguments as well. For example, let's suppose that I want to start from 0.5, so this is a start, and the step is going to be, for example, 0.5. And if I was greater than 2. For example, 5, in that case, we are going to break. So now if I run the code, as you can see, we have 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and then after that, we have broke this for loop. We have stopped this for loop. So far we have talked about how to use this count iter tool using the for loop. But now let's talk about how to use this count iter tool using the next function. So in order to explain this, let me delete all of these things. And also let's use the Python console. Of course, I can use the editor as well, but in my opinion, for better explaining the whole thing, it's better to use the Python console. So here, once again, I want to import that count iter tool. So I simply type from iter tools, I want to import the count iter tool. And then I want to say, okay, I want to use the count iter tool. And for example, the start is 0.5 and the step is 0.5. And I want to name this count iter tool. I want to create a kind of counter. So this is actually a kind of counter. So I want to store this in a variable named counter. So this count iter tool is saying that, okay, the start is 0.5 and the step is 0.5. So it is going to say, okay, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and so on. So, and we are creating this kind of counter. So that's why I've named that counter. Anyway, I press enter. So now we have a counter, which is basically a count iter tool. So I want to use this next function. I want to say, okay, could you please give me the next item in this counter? So this counter, which is this count iter tool, is something that starts from 0 and the step is 0. It starts from 0.5 and the step is 0.5. So it is 0.5, 1, and so on. So what is the first thing that it should return? It's very obvious. The first thing in this sequence, which is 0.5. So now if I press enter, as you can see, it gives us the first thing in this sequence. But in this sequence, as I've told you, we have 0.5, 1, and so on. What is the second item in this sequence? It is 1. So once again, if I type, okay, give me the next item in this sequence, in this counter, which is that count iter tool, if I press enter, it gives us 1. So it was 0, 1, 1.5. As you can see, the third item is 1.5. So once again, if I say, okay, could you please give me the next item in this counter? And if I press enter, it gives us 1.5. And we can do this thing again and again. And the result is, I think you got the idea. And here are 2 videos, which I suggest you to watch as well. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.